Hey, welcome back. In this short tutorial, we're going to talk real quick about getting set up to be able to follow along these tutorials, specifically getting the software that you're going to need installed on your computer if you're using a personal computer. If you're working at a school or some other institution where you're following along with these tutorials and they own the computers, chances are the software is already installed. Just double check with your instructor to make sure before you try to install anything. We're going to talk a little bit about specifications. So if this is your personal computer, we're going to talk about specs to make sure that your computer can run Unreal Engine. And we're also going to talk about setting up your Epic account so that you can use Unreal Engine and Fab. That two of the major things that we're going to be doing, obviously, to make this game. We're also going to download Blender because we're going to do some modifications and models to make them work the way we want them to in Unreal Engine. So we'll have a little bit of lessons on Blender from time to time. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so first off, let's talk about specs. So when I typed in Bing here, PC specs to run Unreal Engine 5, this is what I came up with, okay? So at the very top, this is the recommended hardware specifications. So recommended in order to get the best experience with running Unreal Engine. Okay, of course, if you have more capable PC, it'll run even better. But these, are kind of what is recommended by Epic and Unreal Engine. So again, if you're not meeting these recommended, at least make sure that you're meeting the minimum, okay? And the minimum really kind of gives you a software idea, but again, hardware, you're going to need a quad-core Intel or AMD processor that meet these specifications at 2.5 gigahertz. I would recommend, if you don't have 32 gigabytes of memory, check to see if you can upgrade your PC or laptop to have 32 gigabytes of memory. It will run on 16, but it's going to be a little slow. And even though it says DirectX 11 will work, I recommend, and so does Epic, that you use DirectX 12. So we can jump on over here to the Epic recommendations, but let me just talk real quick about Mac. Again, Mac, pretty much the same thing. Here's some of their recommendations for their system if you're working off of a Mac. Again, 32 gigabytes of memory is recommended. It will run on 16, but it's a little slow, okay? Just be patient. All right, so let's jump over to what Epic says. So Epic, pretty much the same thing. One of the things they do highlight here is also a graphics card that has 8 gigabytes of memory on it. So make sure your graphics card is running 8 gigabytes of memory in order to be able to get the most out of the graphics in Unreal Engine. If it doesn't, it'll work. It's just you're going to have to downgrade the graphics on the in Unreal Engine that you're seeing in the viewport, and I'll show that to you when we get started. Okay, again, you can read through minimum software requirements and some of the other things. They also talk about developing with Microsoft Visual Studio for C++ and some other things if you need some graphics card drivers. Again, this is what Epic's using at their studios, so pretty robust system. You do not need to have something like this, but I would like to point out when I'm looking at this, again, we're talking about hard drive sizes, and projects get pretty big in Unreal Engine. You're going to need to make sure you have some way of storing your project, even if you're working with a separate hard drive, especially if you're working at a university or a school somewhere. You may want to invest in a portable SSD drive that you work off of so that you can move it back and forth from home to school or whatever, or so it's at least in your possession, especially if you can't get the same computer every time you come on campus to work in their library or wherever they have a studio, a lab that you can use, or in the classroom. Okay, so just some things to think about. And yeah, you can see they're running an NVIDIA RTX 4080. I'm running a 3090 on my computer, and it works just fine with a 3090. So 4080 is not even the top, like that. They have the 50 series out. It works just fine. All right, so let's talk about getting Unreal Engine. So if you go to www.unrealengine.com, you can come to this page right here. And on this main page, there's a lot of information about Unreal Engine. Pretty cool. Down here, if you want to know what else you can do with Unreal Engine besides just making games, you'll see that Unreal Engine is used in a lot of industries, okay? Not just game-making industries, but we're also seeing it being used in film, broadcasting live events. There's even some of those stages are controlled by using Unreal Engine. Of course, animation and architecture, some things you may not even think about. All right, so let's go ahead. Download it here. So if you click on download, okay, it's going to automatically download for you. And then you can just open file from up here if you have that, or you can go to your file here. And I can't believe how many of these I have downloaded here. But anyway, so here you go. Double click on this and it will install. If it doesn't automatically download like it is for me right here, you can click this download launcher right here and it will download the launcher. Follow along with these steps, okay? So once it's downloaded, you're going to open the launcher. So open the file here or go to your file folder and then open it from there, okay? And then it'll install the launcher onto your computer. You're not actually installing Unreal Engine yet. You're installing the Epic launcher, okay? Once you open the Epic launcher up, you're going to have to create an Epic Games account in order to get into it. So when you click on it, you're going to get a little window that asks you to sign in. If you already have an Epic's game account, so from playing video games or whatever, that one will work just fine. You can use that. Again, as a teacher, when I was teaching in the high school, my students wanted to use their Epic's Games account that were attached to their PlayStation or to their Xbox or whatever. It didn't always work, okay? It just depends on how the school has things filtered or blocked. So you may not be able to use it on your campus. That's frustrating, but you might just have to make a new account. So be aware of that, okay? You can obviously use whatever email accounts you have. All right, but once you get it Epic account set up and established, then you will come to this page right here. Well, you'll actually probably be here on your library. So when it first opens up, they're going to try to, either the store or the library will be open. You'll have to click over here on the left-hand side on Unreal Engine, and it will open this page up. And again, under News, if you want to learn more about Unreal Engine and what's happening in the community, a lot of information on here. There are some samples, so you can take a look at some of the samples, click on those, read about them, download them later on once you get a project or an engine installed, and check them out. Okay, Fab, we'll talk about in a minute. So on the library, this is where you're actually going to go to install your engine version. When you first open yours, it's not going to look like mine, okay? Yours is going to, if this is the first time ever opening Unreal Engine, you're going to see engine versions here, but nothing down here, no little blue tiles. You're going to see my projects, but no projects down here. And then you're also going to see all the way down here at the bottom, one that says Fab Library, and your Fab library probably won't have anything in it. All right, so how to get the engine. Right here next to engine versions, hit the plus symbol. A little gray tile will open up, and then the version that you're installing will be right here. If you hit the down arrow, you'll be able to pick whatever version you want. Usually by default, the latest version that's available will be right here. Since I already have 5.6 installed on my computer, the next newest version that I have not installed is 5.3.2. So that's why that one's popping up for me. When you hit the install button, this little window will pop up. Okay, it's going to ask you where you want to put it. I put my things on a different hard drive. And then you can browse and change it. There's this one called Options. This is important, okay? So if you click on Options, if we're installing I think it was 5.4 and above, they got away from having these set as default, Android, iOS, and Linux. We always uncheck these. I did anyway because we didn't need them. We weren't using them as platforms, and all they did was take up space on my hard drive. And if you're already challenged with hard drive, make sure those are unchecked. The other thing that you might think about doing, and this is obviously for 5.3. So let me jump over to, let me cancel this one real quick, what it looks like for 5.6, the options, okay? All right, so here in Unreal Engine 5.6, this is the one that we're actually wanting to install, or if you're watching this in a future date and they're on 5.7 or whatever version it might be, you're going to want to install that one because it should work just fine with what we're going over here. But one of the things to note is that we want to make sure we have starter content, the templates, feature pack, and of course the engine source. I also have added MetaHuman Creator Core data to mine because I am using MetaHumans on some of my other projects and things. If you're not going to use MetaHuman right now and you're working on a personal computer or a computer at a facility that doesn't have a lot of space on the hard drive, you may not want to install this. All right, so you can always leave that unchecked. This was an optional checkbox, which I did check. But again, the other stuff is good to have because we're going to be using some of it. All right, and then what you can do is you can hit the apply button, and then you're going to go ahead and hit the install button, and you'll install Unreal Engine. Okay. Twinmotion may not be on yours. Reality Scan may not be. These are additional things that Epic has. They are also free for school and free for use on a limited basis. But again, we're focusing on Unreal Engine, so we won't go over those right now. All right, so that's Unreal Engine. Once you get Unreal Engine installed, maybe it's time to go visit Fab. So if you go to fab.com, this is probably the best way to get and search the library. There was some issues because they just kind of started this back in January. So there were some issues with it, but it has gotten so much better, the search features. So you can find a lot of stuff on here. There's a lot of free things in here. Across the top, you'll see your library. You know, if you're going to publish things, you'll have a publish capability, so you can actually put your 3D models out there. And there's some community stuff here as well, learning, publishing guidelines, things like that. So, but one of the things that's cool is when you get to this landing page, down here, just a little bit down, there's always a spot that says limited time free. You can see these are free until August 26th. So, and this, of course, is August 2025. So if you're watching this in the future, these may not be the same things that are free now, but they're free for us today until it's 26th. So you can click on it, and then basically when you go in there, you'll see the licenses right here. Oftentimes there's two licenses, a personal and a professional. If you go in there and it's supposed to be free and it doesn't say it's free, double check the license. Usually both of these are free, but I have seen cases where only the personal is, or weirdly enough, the professional but not the personal are free. And then, so just double check, and then you would add it to your cart. You can also do the buy now, and I'll let you figure all that out because it's pretty simple. But once you get it into your library, if you go to My Library at the top, everything that is in your library will pop in here. Now, if you watch the intro, you'll notice that this is that sci-fi panel that we're going to use. This wall cannon is from me. I made this for the first tutorial series I made for Rollerball. And I've kind of revived it, put it here on Fab so you can get it for free. And then also we're going to use this Robo 1 growth. You can see these were the developers that created them. And we're going to download them. We're going to have to modify both of these in order to work in our project. And I'll go over that. We're going to modify them in Blender, real simple modification. And if there's anything else that we add in the future, then we're also going to see those pop in here for us to use. Yeah, if you add anything else, I'll tell you what it is. We'll find it. I'll show you where the link is for it. All right. But you can also search through all the different things here on the left. So if I go back to this over here to the main Discover page, we can see there's Unity stuff in here. There's Unreal Engine stuff in here. There's stuff for Unreal Engine Fortnite in here, as well as MetaHuman stuff. We can search, say, if we wanted to search for architecture, we can go there. Right here under price, you can click on free, and everything that's free under that topic will show up under here. And you can see I have added a bunch of stuff to my library. Pretty much the same process as I showed you a second ago. You're going to click on something. You're going to add it to your library. Add to my library. Okay. And once it's in your library, then we can add it to the project later on, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay. All right. So the very last thing, Blender. We're going to go to blender.org, and then you're going to go to download, and then you're going to download Blender. And it doesn't matter what version you have right now. Again, if you're watching this in the future, it's going to be a different version than I'm using in these videos anyway. The stuff we're going to do in Blender is not the high-tech, cutting-edge, newest thing that's available in Blender thing that we're going to do. We're going to be doing traditional modifications and modeling, so any version of Blender will work. And if you want to use something other than Blender, that's fine as well. Typically, I used Maya quite a bit in the past. I used it in the industry. Maya was an industry standard, probably still is. But Blender is very, very good. Makes some awesome stuff with Blender, and it's free. So we're going to go ahead and use Blender for these tutorials. All right. Hopefully I didn't talk too long and all this made sense. Again, if you liked what I showed you here, please like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that as I start to come out with the newer videos for this tutorial series, you don't miss out on any of those videos. They'll pop up and you'll see them right away, and you'll be able to take the course. I plan on getting several videos out here in the near future. All right, so again, thanks, and I will see you next time.